guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. And guys, you know what? They always say that the CRL Asia, CRL China, and then the West meta is a lot different. And honestly, I've always thought it was a little bit overblown, and I have something on my hat. God. All right, I've always thought it was a little bit overblown. Like, you know, at the end of the day, meta is meta, right? If a card's really good or if a deck's really good, it usually kind of spreads internationally around the world. But so far, CRL China is making a liar out of me. Today, I want to share 6 crazy off-meta decks that actually won in CRL China, and this is just over the last 2 weekends here, guys, and I'm only taking 2 out of the already 5 weeks that have already happened in CRL China, so it's gonna be some crazy decks, and they're actually good, and that's why I wanted to share them with you guys today. So this first match here, we have Nuomki from Edward Gaming against Chen from Nova Esports at the bottom of your screen, and look at Chen's deck. Now, you've probably seen both of these decks before, right? At the top, we're seeing the Sparky Goblin Giant deck with Hunter now, which is really the most updated version of the Goblin Giant Sparky deck. At the bottom of your screen, okay, we've seen this deck before, Ash. It's the Royal Giant bait deck, which was actually first seen, I want to say, in CRL World Finals, or at least in the playoffs of 2018. So now check this deck out, though. The last 2 cards, well, they may surprise you a little bit. So this is a good connection here by Chen on the right tower here of Nuomki. Sorry for butchering the names, guys. You guys are used to it, right? So Prince is going to do a good job kind of cleaning up against these guards here. Able to connect for a lot of damage with that Goblin Barrel on the right tower was Chen here. And then the Sparky in the back and immediately responding with the Royal Giant at the bridge here along with the bats to help out against that Hunter. And Royal Giant is so prevalent right now in CRL China. It looks like 2016 ladder right now in CRL China. Tons and tons of Royal Giant decks, and this is just one of the many right now being played by Chen at the bottom of your screen. Nice job there with the Skarmy distracting that Sparky, allowing the Dark Goblin to finish off that Sparky, and here comes a Goblin Giant in the right lane. So it's a Goblin Giant Mega Minion push. We go aggressive in the opposite lane here. The first couple matches that I show you are going to be absolutely amazing finishes. Dark Goblin here in the left cleaning up against those guards, and then the Barbarians are going to do work in the right defensively, but the Mega Minion will finish them off. They're going to run right into a Sparky. Now we have a Royal Giant ready in the left here, and he goes ahead and engages with that Mega Minion. Hunter is down, but not before that Royal Giant gets another couple hits on that left tower. So here we go again. Sparky in the right lane. Goblin Giant just in the nick of time in front of that Sparky. 557 remaining on the left tower. 1090 on the right tower. There it is. You guys saw the cards. Barbarians and Mega Knight. We've seen the Mega Knight Royal Giant deck, but we haven't seen the Barbarians Royal Giant Mega Knight Princess Dark Goblin Goblin Barrel Skarmy Bats deck. What is this deck being played right now by Chen? Check out this defensive stance here. Check out the ending of this match right now. 10 seconds into sudden death overtime. Here it goes. A Goblin Giant. It's a Sparky. We have Mega Knight in hand. Mega Knight goes down against that Sparky. But now the Goblin Giant's on the tower. He gets one hit. Then Lightning comes down. Lightning is down. Takes down the Dark Goblin. 2 Spirit Goblins target onto the Mega Knight. And now we're going to go opposite lane with a Royal Giant and a Goblin Barrel to finish things off with only 92 HP left on the tower. Of course, Snowball not going to be able to finish that off there. And oh man, what a finish there. Neither of the players showing a lot of reaction, but man, that was intense at the very ending there. So the Mega Knight Royal Giant Goblin Barrel Barbarians deck comes out victorious there, played by Chen. Let's go into the next match here, guys. In this next match, it's going to be JinBao at the top of your screen from LGD, which is now the team where AU Aurora plays for, previously Nova's MVP. And at the bottom of your screen for Newbie, who's currently in first place right now in CRL China, is Peas. Peas, I think I'm saying that right. Anyway, Peas is a very intimidating figure there, always, and we're going to see another matchup from these 2 players, I believe, later on in this video. But check out the deck being played right now by JinBao, who's really been an all-star early on this season for LGD. If you guys don't know, I stream CRL China in English twice a week on Facebook. I'll include a link for you guys in the description below. So JinBao's come through absolutely huge in a lot of different scenarios here for his team. And wait till you see the deck that he's playing right now, guys. We've seen a ton of Earthquake so far in CRL China. Surprising, maybe to some people, unsurprising maybe to other people out there watching, but to me, that was the #1 thing I was looking for, especially this last week and a half, 2 weeks or whatever. is Earthquake going to go, is it going to be meta competitively? And the answer is a resounding yes. Check out this deck. It's Hog Rider, Barbarians, Minion Horde so far, and he has Earthquake as well, and there it goes. Perfect Earthquake opportunity, absolutely going to bleed away at that Goblin Hut's HP, so a nice matchup here, considering he does have Earthquake for that Goblin Hut, JinBao. So look at his deck so far, and guys, I'll tell you what, it's just gonna get crazier from here, so stay tuned. So JinBao at an early damage deficit with about 65 seconds remaining here inside this match before we enter into double elixir time. Barbarians are gonna miss that miner. His tower's all the way down to 319 HP, but the last cards might surprise you in this deck. Things, like I said, gonna get crazier in the video and in the deck. So here it comes. It's Barbarians. It's a minion horde into a baby dragon. What is he doing here? Well, there's the freeze. That's right. It's a Barbarians, Hog, Freeze, Minion Horde, Earthquake deck. Are you kidding me? What could the last card be? It's only gonna get worse, ladies and gentlemen. So the minions actually connect to that tower, taking it all the way down to 643 HP in the right, and boom, another great Earthquake opportunity to take care of that Goblin Hut, bringing it down to about 1/3 HP remaining. So here we go. There it is, the last card. Hey, last 3 cards are all spells. That's right, it's Rocket, Freeze, and Earthquake. Man, what a combination. 28 HP remaining on that right tower at this point. He can go ahead, well, he's going to be forced to actually probably Earthquake here in the right with only 7 seconds remaining here in regulation. Needs to get that tower down. How is JinBao going to win this match? Freeze goes down there, taking care of that right tower. And look at the P.E.K.K.A on the tower. What the heck? P.E.K.K.A get another? No. The ice vortex of that ice wizard just narrowly saving that left tower from that P.E.K.K.A. Man, she was almost mid-swing there, or at least she was prepping for it. Now we have a big push again, led by the Hog Rider. The Earthquake comes down, predicting perhaps a Goblin Hut, and the ice wizard blocks that bandit charge. Are you kidding me? Barbarians finish off the tower, and JinBao can't believe it. He picks up that big victory there. Unbelievable. Let's go into match 3. We have Higher this time from Edward Gaming at the top of your screen against Little Chen at the bottom. Guys, let me know if you like these type of videos where I pick my favorite matches from either CRL China or CRL Asia. If you want to get familiar, get acquainted with these teams and the players, again, I do stream this twice a week. So here we go. After a split in the back for Little Chen, and Little Chen, man, he's been busting out the weird off meta or China meta or secret weapon decks. Little Chen's been a force so far to be reckoned with for Nova Esports, who I believe are 6-2 or 6-3 right now. I believe they're in 3rd place at the time of this recording in CRL China. So of course the champs, they've came back. Their roster has changed quite a bit. Again, no AU anymore, who was a force for them in the regular season especially. No Legend anymore, the Vietnamese 3 Musketeer Pro. No Carnage, no Icebow God on the team. However, they do have B King, they have Yao Yao, they have Aaron, and they just signed Unstoppable. You guys know him from Ladder. So Unstoppable now there in China, in Shanghai, performing with Nova Esports. And of course, they have, who am I forgetting? Lciop, obviously, who we'll see later on in the video, and Little Chen, and yeah, I think that's pretty much their roster. So here we go, guys. It's going to be the deck that we're going against could be considered off meta as well, right? It's a balloon pump deck. You can see, and Zappies. What is that card? What is that 5th card up there, guys? Is that a new card in the game? Now, we see Zappies here and there. It's definitely off meta. It's definitely, in my opinion, still deserves a little bit of a buff, even though that star level was amazing, that the max star level for Zappies. It's not going to be enough to constitute a buff, Clash Royale. Come on, Seth. Give the Zappies a little love. Just a little bit. Either way, Royal Hogs. So check this deck out, man. Royal Hogs, and you saw the Mortar. Royal Hogs, Mortar, Rocket, Snowball. And guess what the last spell is, guys? I'll give you one guess. Earthquake. That's right. You got it. Another triple spell deck with Earthquake. Very, very interesting to see how Earthquake is really making its way into a variety of different decks. And look at this defense here. We have the Mortar at the last second there. That balloon kind of pulled a boom, immediate 90-degree turn there and shifted towards that Mortar the very last second. Nice defense there by Little Chen as he kind of takes a deep breath here as we enter into the last 30 seconds of regulation here. And then a Lumberjack Balloon push again in the right lane. Gonna run right into those Rascals. Meanwhile, we have another Mortar setup. We have archers to the right of our tower, Rascals to the left of our tower. He's doing a good job keeping those Rascals back there, making sure he avoids that Barbarian barrel. And there he goes, Earthquake on the pump. Man, if you're running pump and you go against Earthquake, you are in trouble. And that's exactly what happened there. Snowball comes down, hits a couple of those zappies, hits the Lumberjack. They make contact to the tower, down to 427 as we enter into double elixir time. So here we go. It's the Mortar. It's the classic Mortar Rocket Royal Hog Earthquake deck. Of course, this one's been going around for a while now. I don't care who you are, you can't tell me that you were running this deck on ladder. Every video I get people who are like, dude, I invented this deck. You played this? Who played this one? Tell me. Anyway, 200, make that 147 HP. Rocket's gonna finish it off. Little Chen knows it, and there it is, another victory. Man, that was insane. That was a sick deck there, again being played by Little Chen. Let's go ahead and jump into the fourth match that I've selected for you guys today, and it's actually going to be between Sunday at the top of your screen from We and Winds. I cannot say W-I-N-D-S. You guys who watch my streams, you know. I don't know if it's an accent issue on my part, but the plural of wind, I can't do it. Winds. It sounds like I'm saying W-I-N-S. Anyway, come on, Ash, get to the game. Who cares about your mispronunciations, man? So Bandit's not going to get a charge off there. A nice Barbarian barrel and a nice defense here to start things off with Winds doing a great job there. Winds actually was a representative in CCGS World Finals all the way back in 2017 in London. If any of you guys remember him, he came out one of the 2 players for China because Little Chen actually couldn't make it due to visa issues. So Winds, that was the first time that we saw him kind of on the big international global stage. He's still a solid player, but I think that he's maybe not the force that he once was. Other players such as Lciop and AU have kind of stepped up to become, you know, maybe the premier players in China. Even JinBao being another guy who doesn't get the recognition, in my opinion, that he deserves. So here we go. It's going to be a Goblin Giant and a Sparky onto that left tower. Now, this is the deck that I wanted to talk about. We saw this deck actually lose in the first match, but even though it's not incredibly off meta, maybe as much as the other decks that I'm sharing today, I wanted to share it. I wanted to really focus in it, at least on one replay here, the deck being played by Winds, because it's so strong with the Hunter in it. You know, this is really the This is the worst nightmare of any beatdown or Royal Giant player because you have so many options in the Sparky and the Hunter, and it does well against other Royal Giant decks, right? Because you can use that Hunter, boom, right at the bridge, as we saw during the last match. Of course, it didn't work out for him, but this deck is really, really good. It's almost like a Sparky control deck as opposed to the normal Sparky bait decks. With that Hunter in there and the Lightning performs very, very well. I think a lot of you guys are really going to enjoy this deck, so I wanted to make sure. I expect this deck to be a big force too, not just a niche deck, but both on ladder, assuming you have the card levels, and in the West in CRL. I expect this deck to be very, very good. Guard's doing a good job stymieing that battle ram before we can get to the left tower. 35 seconds remaining in this match here, guys. And then we have a Bandit Ice Golem in the right. He's pretty much unloading here, but look at that Hunter. Perfect placement on that Hunter to avoid the Bandit charge. Just really textbook defense there by Winds. And then he has the Goblin Giant in the pocket here. We have the Mega Minion engaging with the Ice Golem. Goblin Giant does get to the tower, taking it down to 1074 HP, and there's only Fireball and a Snowball in the deck, so he has nothing right now, right? 108 HP, nothing else he can do here, ladies and gentlemen. That's a victory there. But yeah, I wanted to really spotlight that deck because it's going around everywhere. As a matter of fact, we saw a bunch of mirror matches using that deck, those two decks going head to head. It might be, this is not, you know, scientific data here, but it might be the most popular deck right now in CRL China, so I had to cover it, kind of just highlight it in one of these replays. The Hunter, Goblin Giant, Sparky deck. And here we go in this next match, guys. We have Lciop finally making an appearance at the bottom of your screen, going against Higher from Edward Gaming. Now, this deck isn't super crazy played by Lciop. Well, both of these decks are just like a little taste of off meta. But Lciop, the fact that he played should I tell you guys? The fact that he played a really cool giant double minion balloon freeze deck in CRL just shows me that, you know, it reminds me, I should say, that freeze is definitely still viable. It's a great surprise card, especially if you have one match to win it's definitely, it can swing the entire game. I've said this for a long time here on the channel, but it's really one of those cards, really one of the only cards in the game that you cannot defend, right? If your opponent doesn't know you have it, you can use it one time, take down their tower, and you can win a game, sometimes even against a better player than yourself. Not saying, of course, that's the case here in this Lciop match. Check this out, guys. Look at the health of the balloon. Boom! Oh my god. Can you even see the health on the balloon right now? And just the ever so slight, you want to go back and watch that again. The ever so slight shaking of the head there from Higher. Not too impressed with that freeze. And man, the cojones on Lciop, the silent assassin there, using that freeze, knowing that it was going to be, I mean, you never want to be that guy who lays the freeze on nothing, especially in a competitive event. So it was definitely a risky play there, especially with the 1 full second card delay. But hey, it was calculated and it worked out there for Lciop. So you guys can see the whole deck. I like it because we've seen Balloon Freeze before, but I don't remember, I'm sure this was not a new deck again, but I'm sure seeing Balloon Freeze Lumberjack with double minions and Snowball being the only other spell along with the freeze is definitely a viable combination. And look at the deck we're going against here. It's a E-Drag Fireball Bandit with Archer's Bats, and then the 2 kind of Fireball baity cards, again, with the Royal Hogs and the Barbarians played by Higher. So unfortunately for Higher, he's not really getting any damage onto Lciop's towers at all here. Look at 2020 remaining on the right tower, 2286 remaining on the left tower right now for Lciop. So definitely this game with that 1 freeze really changing the tides of everything here for Lciop. And again, defensive freeze to finish things out here with about 10 seconds left in this match. And I'll tell you what, no emotion per usual from Lciop here. But man, he really, again, that freeze just, when I watched this the first time, I was like, no! Wow, I can't believe he used that freeze there and he got the tower down, ended up winning the match behind it. So the last match that I have for you guys is JinBao against Peas again. And JinBao, man, he's just crazy with these off-meta decks, but this time I wanted you guys to look at Peas on the bottom of your screen from Newbie. And this is another deck that is not necessarily new, but we haven't seen it a lot in competitive action. It's the Furnace Rascals Goblin Barrel Rocket Mirror deck. I think it has Bowler as well. And this deck's been going around very, very niche for a while now on ladder. You can already see JinBao none too happy about the start of this match here. He's playing a Skeleton Barrel Prince deck, kind of a bait deck. And the Bowler and Prince meet up there in the right lane. But this deck can be so annoying to go against. So that's why I kept it for last, because, you know, only my real true supporters still watch till the end of every single video, right? But seriously, guys, if you want to try out any of these decks, they'll all be linked in the show notes in the description below. So check out all the deck links as always here on the channel. So a miner comes in there for JinBao, so playing an interesting kind of minor bait with Prince as well. And there it is. You're starting to see more of Peas' deck here. Furnace, Rascals, Bowler, Goblin Barrel, Minion Horde, Arrows, Rocket, Mirror. Man, what an annoying deck. Of course, this deck, it originally didn't have Rascals in it. I'm wondering what card originally was in the Rascal spot there, but they fit the deck beautifully because, again, of the Log Bait or the Barbarian Bait element of the Girl Rascals. So just a perfect fit for this deck. And I'll tell you what, the Mega Knight Skeleton Barrel deck's not even going to stand a chance. Mirrored Rascals, I wonder what he's got going on in the neck there. Looks like it was attacked by a vampire. Poor guy. So, not trying to make light of whatever injury he has, but yeah, that sucks. Anyway, it's going to be a Prince going into those Mirrored Rascals there, not before the girls both latch on to the tower, getting a little bit extra chip damage. Meanwhile, a Fire Spirit connects on that right tower along with more chip damage from that Goblin Barrel. Here comes a Skeleton Barrel and a charging Prince. Prince is going to charge all the way to the tower there, and then a Arrows comes down, answering, responding to that Dark Goblin in the left lane. 45 seconds or so remaining in this match here. And another Furnace set up by Peas in the bottom of your screen. Fire Spirit's gonna finish off those Spirit Goblins from the Goblin Gang, and then a Rocket comes raining down on that Prince, leaving him with just a sliver of health. Bowler's gonna go ahead and finish things off here. Bowler, of course, doing nice work with all that splash damage against all of these troops, pushing that miner around with his boulder, literally, and then it's Arrows again coming down against that Dark Goblin, and boom, Goblin Barrel down in that left tower. 697 HP remaining. Remember, we have Mirror and we have Rocket. but we have to stop this push first. Here it comes, Skeleton Barrel charging Prince. Prince does charge onto that furnace, but we have Rascals in hand. 2 seconds left here in regulation. Grow Rascals slowly but surely chipping away at that minor minion horde, helping as well. Now it's going to be time for Rocket Cycle, Arrow Cycle. Are we going to be able to get that tower down? I think I have faith that he's going to be able to get this tower down. This deck is really nasty because of the mirrored Rascals. Rascals are such a powerful card in this meta. Well, really in every meta since they've really been introduced to the game. But I really think that the mirrored Rascals against decks like this, against any sort of a bridge spammy deck or anything really, can come in real power, can prove to be, really powerful and come in really handy. So now 5-12, a Rocket Arrows will get the job done. Here comes a Goblin Barrel instead. Goblin Barrel down, Arrows down, predicting that Dark Goblin, and that's GG. There it is. JinBao can't believe it, and Peas just has a cool look on his face, man. Newbie remains in first place in CRL China. Guys, again, let me know if you like this video format. Do you want me to keep doing this with the best of content of China and Asia? I know it's not as easily accessible as CRL West will be when it starts. Rumor is end of May, so about a month or so remaining until we see CRL in the West. That's EU, Latin America, and of course North America all combined into CRL West. So guys, again, check out the deck links in the show notes below. Huge shout out to Stats Royale and to Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. Check out Bren's information in the show notes below, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, guys.